If a student who qualifies for special education does not do their work, can they fail a CTE class?
Oh yes, you can give students in special education grades, but you must make sure that if a student is failing, it is not because of your lack of following the guidelines in the IEP. You must have documented that you have met with all the specifications, such as providing accommodations or modifications, and that the student's failure is not because he or she is not receiving free and appropriate public education, but rather that they are not participating or failing to take advantages of the services that you are offering.
Why do I have special ed students in my classroom with no modifications marked on their paperwork?
Perhaps these students are expected to perform at the same standard as all the students in your class. Or they could have a disability that has no effect upon your coursework. For example, a student who uses a wheelchair may not be impeded at all with your subject. But I would suggest that you ask your question at the next ARD committee meeting.
Can I opt out of providing the accommodations listed on the IEP-R document if I feel the student doesn't need them?
Only at your own peril. In the case of Doe versus Withers, a student with a learning disability got $15,000 from an individual history teacher who refused to implement the IEP as it was clearly stated. He would not let the student take an untimed test or do his test orally because he said, "That's not fair." Well, it was fair enough because when the student sued, the teacher had to pay. Often, people will sue school districts or school boards trying to get more money, but this case tells us that students can actually sue individual teachers and win. So it's very important that all of us understand the importance of the IEP and follow it very precisely. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Some teachers think that having students with disabilities in their class with other students without disabilities is not fair.
According to a well-known educator, Richard Lavoie, fair is not equal. Fair does not mean treating everyone the same. Rather, it means giving everyone what they need to be successful. Anyone who is a parent of more than 2 children understand that being fair cannot possibly mean being equal. When we get this concept into mind, then we can proceed with educating all students.